Diaspora Somalia di negara bagian Minnesota menghadapi dilema. Di tengah lonjakan harga barang di Amerika Serikat, harga berbagai kebutuhan di Somalia, tempat keluarga mereka tinggal, juga meningkat tajam.
If you send someone $100 back home, that's a lot of money. I mean, they can make a living out of it. But after the inflation, they have to have at least $120 to just buy a basic necessities. So even though the living standard is still much cheaper than the United States, still the inflation back home is making it difficult for everybody because they have to everything. Some of the items they told me is double.
Bagi pekerja bengkel di Kenya ini, ia akhirnya harus pasang tarif lebih mahal kepada pelanggan.
Sometimes you find that there is an increase of about 10 to 20% in the cost of a spare part within a period of maybe 6 to 12 months, which people are not expecting.
Sementara pemilik UKM di Turki ini penapatannya semakin berkurang karena bahan bakunya banyak diimpor.
Dolar bazında alıyoruz, dolar bazında imalat yapıyoruz ama Türk lirası olarak satıyoruz. Türk lirası sattığımızda da zorlanıyoruz.
Inilah dampak global kenaikan suku bunga di AS oleh Bank Sentral atau Federal Reserve yang dilakukan guna meredam inflasi di AS sendiri. Tapi dampak lainnya, dolar menguat memukul negara-negara importir.
People buy goods, they sell goods, but there is a difference in time between them. If during that time the currency changes, the manufacturer or the buyer can lose money. All this, remember, is also tied to inflation. And not just inflation, but expectations of inflation.
It's really tricky right now for even Fed policymakers because while they have their eye on raising interest rates to get the nominal rate above inflation rate, they also have to think about, maybe they're not, they should be, what that effect is on global markets. And we're seeing pressures build up, which is a major concern. And I think at that point in time, if something, as you asked, is it going to break? I don't think here in the U.S. I think that's why the Federal Reserve is looking here is saying, hey, consumers are still strong. There's still sort of some mixed consumer data, but the economy is still healthy. But we can't just think U.S. only. I think the Federal Reserve has to also take into account the global effects of U.S. policy.
Satu lagi dampak dari kenaikan nilai tukar dolar AS adalah harga produk-produk AS di luar negeri menjadi kurang kompetitif, sehingga bisa memukul pemasukan dari perusahaan multinasional yang bermarkas di AS tapi menjual produknya ke luar negeri. Dari Washington DC, saya Nova Purwadi dan tim VOA.